Eliyahu McLean lives and works in Israel along the border with Hamas-controlled Gaza Strip.
So we are about 7 miles in this direction from the Gaza border. This is Moshav Yoshivia.
You're in direct line of fire here.
Yes. 3 weeks ago, during the Sabbath, I was just finishing prayers here, and I had just walked home at 10 a.m., and we hear red alert, Tseva Adom, from this siren. And as soon as we heard red alert, in our houses, we have to run to a safe room.
Hamas launched nearly 700 rockets at southern Israel that weekend. How much time do you have?
You basically have about 10 to 15 seconds. Seconds to run into the room that's called a safe room.
Why do you choose to live in this sort of an environment with a family?
First of all of Israel is under rocket threat.
Yeah, but not like this.
Many Israelis have discovered this part of the Holy Land is actually quality of life. A few rockets don't scare us, first of all. We have faith in God, that God is going to protect us. And this is sovereign Israel.
McLean took me to his synagogue, showed me the Torah scrolls, and introduced me to his neighbors. When the situation is tense, he said they sing and dance. McLean introduces visitors to the complicated situation on the border by giving what he calls the Gaza Border Reality Tour. Visitors get a glimpse of the complexities of life on both sides of the border.
And we're looking on the outskirts of the first third of Gaza Strip, looking in the direction of the Mediterranean. And looking to the left, this is already Gaza City. Remember, this is a city of 1 million people, and you're talking in all of Gaza, 2 million people. That is a lot of humanity. You see there's a border fence here.
Yes.
And you see Israeli army lookout posts. And if you look slightly to the left, you can see a mound of earth on the other side. You can see a Hamas lookout post. By the way, wave to Hamas. As we're looking at them, they're looking at us. The enemy is just that close.
Standing along the international border, we could see the Israeli town of Sderot. And just 45 miles up the coast is Israel's second largest city of Tel Aviv. On the map, McLean showed me the reality.
The area in blue are what doesn't exist anymore. This were the Israeli communities, the settlements of Gush Katif. In 2005, the Israeli Prime Minister Ariel Sharon uprooted the 7,000 Israeli in about 23 communities.
Had to uproot everything.
But the tragedy wasn't just the uprooting, but they left behind all of the greenhouses that were top of the world. And the Palestinians from Gaza were working there. They could have maintained it, but Hamas decided to destroy the greenhouses and use it as a launching pads to fire rockets. So it's a little bit of what you call shooting yourself in the foot.
Hamas did the same thing with electricity.
One of the ironies is that in the 2014 Gaza war, Hamas was firing rockets that destroyed that power station, which in fact supplies over 30% of the electricity to the same people that they live among.
But McLean says just fighting the terrorists isn't enough.
And you see the dilemma that Israel has these days. Even Hamas, as extreme radical Islamists as they are comparatively the moderates. If we topple them, who will replace them?
The most recent border disruptions for more than a year include massive violent protests and fire kites or balloons. This is one of the kites that
that was sent over the border from Gaza. You can see on the edge, it's a kerosene piece of cloth that they lit on fire. If you look closely, you see the Arabic writing. And this kite, the idea was that it would land in a field or a forest across the Israeli border and light things aflame.
Does it work?
We've lost hundreds of thousands of dollars of agricultural produce.
Whoa.
We've had thousands and tens of thousands of acres of national parkland totally burned to the ground. Sometimes it's in the form of balloons. And you know, it's very hard to tell children, you see balloons in the sky, you want to run after it, that there might be a warhead on the end of the balloon. The idea is that we, on this side, are going to send kites back with a message of peace. That we in Israel didn't come to displace you from a country called Palestine. We came back home to the Holy Land, not to be in a constant war with our neighbors, but to live in peace with our neighbors.
Good overcomes evil.
Good overcomes evil.
Our final stop was one of the fields burned by a kite or a balloon just 2 weeks earlier.
Why is this so important? First of all, this is huge losses to the agricultural sector. Right. This is also a statement that we're in essence gonna burn what we can't have for ourselves. And also, it's a statement of desperation that the people there are suffering under a leadership that's squelching freedom on the other side of the border.
Are you hopeful?
Ultimately, out of the ashes comes a new life, a new spirit will emerge. Peace and love will prevail.
Scott Ross for CBN along the Israeli-Gaza border.